Sri Gurubhyo Nama children, welcome to online session. Already we are discussing the chemical properties of alkanes under hydrocarbons. So far we have discussed about the halogenation, combustion is over, complete combustion, incomplete combustion. The next one I have started with controlled oxidation. We have seen so many reactions under controlled oxidation at different reaction conditions where the reactants are similar but the products are different. Up to that we have completed in last class. Today we are going to see the other important chemical properties of alkanes. Here this is the fourth property. What we are going to see is fourth property. What we are going to see is actually we are going to talk about here the conversion of alkanes into hydrogen. So how alkanes are converted into dihydrogen. So conversion of alkanes into dihydrogen, or we can talk about the manufacture of dihydrogen, how dihydrogen is manufactured from hydrocarbons. So conversion of what is a dihydrogen, that is conversion of alkanes into dihydrogen, or here we need some what is that, the reaction condition is different. Here we are going to take nickel catalyst. Here also we need a catalyst because the reaction is proceeding slow. So in order to speed up the reaction we need a catalyst. I am using a catalyst, nickel catalyst. What is the temperature condition? Heating is required at 1273 Kelvin. So what is the reaction is taking place in the presence of nickel catalyst? I am going to get dihydrogen as a product. So manufacture of dihydrogen. Manufacture of dihydrogen. So here alkanes are converted into dihydrogen. For example, methane. In the presence of nickel catalyst at 1273 Kelvin. So you will be getting carbon monoxide with the liberation of hydrogen. So here this methane, so when it reacts with oxygen in the presence of nickel catalyst at 1273 Kelvin, I am getting the main product as carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide, whereas dihydrogen gas is obtained which is used as a fuel. So we can get hydrogen gas. We have to balance the equation. Listen here, there are 4 hydrogen in the reactant side, but there are only 2 hydrogen in the product side. And when you talk about carbon, carbon is getting balanced. What about oxygen? There are 2 oxygen. If I multiply here by 2, so what is happening? Oxygen is getting balanced. There are 2 oxygen is getting balanced. Similarly, when you talk about hydrogen, there are 4 hydrogen. If I put 2 here, 4 hydrogen is getting balanced. But see, when carbon only 1 carbon, there are 2 carbon. If I put 2 here, again what is happening? 2 carbon is getting balanced. But hydrogen, there are 8 hydrogen is there, but only 4 hydrogen are there. So it has to be balanced again. So if I multiply here by 4, so definitely if I multiply here by 4, you will be getting, so 8 hydrogen, 2 carbon, but there are 2 oxygen, everything is balanced here. So 2 4s are 8 hydrogen, 4 2s are 8 hydrogen. There are 2 carbon getting balanced, 2 oxygen getting balanced. So I am getting the product as hydrogen gas which can be used as a fuel. So in this method I can prepare dihydrogen which can be used as a fuel. So it can be called as manufacturing of dihydrogen also, or how alkanes are converted into dihydrogen. So this is the first, the next reaction. The next one we are going to talk about is isomerization. Isomerization. Formation of isomers. Formation of isomers. Formation of isomers. We can call it as isomerization. Formation of isomers here. So we can call it as isomerization. Formation of isomers. So how we are going to convert, how we are going to get the isomers? What are isomers? Compounds having same molecular formula but different structure. So what are isomers? Compounds having same molecular formula but different structure. compounds having same molecular formula, compounds having same molecular formula but different structures. We can call it as isomers, but different structures. So we can call it as isomers. So here we are going to convert the alkanes into isomers. For example, a straight chain compound I am going to convert into as a branched form. We are going to get the isomers from the source, which is an alkane. Here I need the reaction conditions. What is that I am going to take here? Anhydrous zinc chloride, anhydrous zinc chloride and HCl. So these are the reagents I am going to use. So what are the reagents I have used here? One is anhydrous zinc chloride, another one is HCl. So with the help of anhydrous zinc chloride and HCl, I am going to convert the alkane into the respective isomers. To start with, I am going to write hexane, N-hexane, CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. Count the number of carbon. There are 6 carbon totally. So what is the name of this compound? Hexane. Hexane. So what I am doing here? I am going to convert it into isomer. I am going to get 2 different isomers of hexane. So what is the reaction condition? I am going to take anhydrous zinc chloride and HCl heating symbol. So when alkanes are heated with anhydrous zinc chloride and HCl, what is that? I am going to get 2 different types of isomer. One is 2-methyl pentane. 2-methyl pentane. This is 2-methyl pentane. See here, pentane is the parent. Who is the parent here? Pentane. What is substitution here? To the second carbon, there is a methyl group. So substitution has taken place in the second carbon. Attachment is there in the second carbon. What is the name of this compound? 2-methyl pentane. 2-methyl pentane. This is one isomer. The other isomer, I am going to change the attachment. CH3, CH2, CH3, again CH2, CH3. See the attachment here. Here also the parent has 5 carbon. So who is the parent here? Pentane. Okay. See the attachment. Where is the attachment? The branch is towards the third carbon. So here in the case, here it is in the second carbon, whereas the attachment is towards the third carbon. So what is the name of this compound? 3-methyl pentane. So what I have done actually, I have converted hexane, which is my reactant, into 2 different isomers here. One is 2-methyl hexane, 2-methyl pentane, where the substitution is taking place in the second carbon. The next one is 3-methyl pentane, where the substitution is taking place in the branching is there in the third carbon. In the previous case, the branching is there towards the second carbon. So we are converting the alkanes into isomers. So this is coming under, what is that? Isomerization. Converting the alkanes into isomers, we can call it as isomerization. Here what is the reagent we are using here? Anhydrous zinc chloride and HCl. So this is about, what is that? Isomerization. The next one, we are going to talk about pyrolysis. Cracking or pyrolysis. Cracking or pyrolysis. What is cracking or pyrolysis? Decomposition. What is decomposition? Breaking. What is decomposition? Breaking. Dissociation. Decomposition. So decomposition of higher hydrocarbons. Decomposition of higher hydrocarbons, decomposition of higher hydrocarbons into lower hydrocarbons, decomposition of higher hydrocarbons into lower hydrocarbons, with low boiling point. With low boiling point, decomposition of higher hydrocarbons into lower hydrocarbons with low boiling point is called cracking or pyrolysis. Cracking or pyrolysis. We are converting the higher hydrocarbons into lower hydrocarbons which has low boiling point. We can call this process as cracking or pyrolysis. The very familiar example I am going to give, decane, C10H22. So, we can call this compound as a decane. So, I am going to break this. So, what is the reagent I am using here? At what is the temperature is taking place at 770 Kelvin. What is the catalyst we are using here? Copper catalyst. And what is the pressure we are using here? 10 to 20 atmospheric pressure. See the reaction conditions. So, we need the temperature at 770 Kelvin and pressure 10 to 20 atmosphere. What is the catalyst we are using here? Copper catalyst. So, decane is converted into octane, C8H18 with the liberation of ethene, C2H4. So, we can get octane and ethene. So, this is the higher hydrocarbon, is it not? So, this is higher hydrocarbon. What I have done? I have converted into lower hydrocarbon. Higher hydrocarbons are converted into lower hydrocarbons. So, decane, which is a higher hydrocarbon at 770 Kelvin in the presence of copper catalyst, the atmosphere is 10 to 20 atmosphere. What are the products I am getting here? I am getting two lower hydrocarbons with low boiling point. One is octane, the other one is ethene. This is one case. The next one is dodecane. The other one is dodecane. So, it undergoes cracking. So, what is the temperature condition? 973 Kelvin in the presence of copper or nickel or palladium or platinum catalyst. So, again what is the atmosphere? 10 to 20 atmosphere. What is that we are getting here? Here we are getting heptane. What is heptane? C7H16. So, heptane with the liberation of pentene, C5H10. So, dodecane, which is a constituent of petrol oil. So, it undergoes cracking or pyrolysis at 973 Kelvin. So, what is the product I am getting here? Heptane. Heptane with the liberation of pentene. So, these two are the examples I have quoted for pyrolysis. So, pyrolysis is nothing but breaking, dissociation, decomposition. What I am doing? Higher hydrocarbons are broken into lower hydrocarbons with low boiling point. So, here the decane has been converted into octane and ethene in the first step. Second one, dodecane, which is a constituent of kerosene oil. Again, it is heated at 973 Kelvin, 10 to 20 atmosphere in the presence of platinum, nickel or copper as catalyst. And what is the product I am getting there? Heptane with the liberation of pentene. So, I am stopping up to this today. We are going to start the remaining properties tomorrow. I want everybody to go through this, whatever I thought, I want everybody to take down, so that will be a revision for you. Tomorrow, I will be taking the remaining chemical properties. Thank you, children.